Hi, church. Pastor Jeff here with another Trinity check-in. Do you hear that? Yeah, silence. It's nice. I love kids. We all love kids. But school is back in session, and so for the first time in a while, the rest of the world is a little bit quieter. Oh, I'll be glad to see my kids in a few minutes. You know what I mean, right? And I'll tell you though, conversations right now are all about it, about the start of school, about things being back up. If you're not in the active swing of kids, or you have that nearby, yesterday was the first day for those at new schools, like kindergartners, sixth grade, and freshmen in high school. Today is the first day for all students to be back, and I know that there are teachers trying to figure everything out, trying to help all the anxieties. I know there are kids that are having to wake up a lot earlier than they got used to over the summer. Ask me how I know that one. And it's a time of a lot of change and shift in our community. You know, the conversation around the office has been all about that these last 2 days. Just in our own church office, we have a fair number of kids who have started new schools this year. And so it's all been about, how did drop off go for you? How did pickup go yesterday? And all of that. I know when I got home, when I picked the kids, I do pickups in our family. My wife does drop-offs. Yesterday at pickup, the first thing I heard was how good lunch was at both Moore Middle School and Standing Bear High School. So it's a good start, right? And I know we've already ordered a new alarm clock for one of our kids because it was a need that we didn't have last year, but here it is. Didn't see that one coming, and luckily it's already out for delivery. That's how fast our world goes. All in all, it's going pretty well, but all these new routines change things. Now, if you were in church on Sunday, you know that I had a good idea this year, and that is to talk about all the changing routines in our lives, because our world shapes us more than we realize. Our world shapes us more than we would like to, whether it be school routines like it is for a lot of you, whether it be doctor's appointments, whether it be your work schedule, whether it be, I don't know. There's so many things that are out of our control that are pushed upon us and that we really have no choice but to go along with, that end up shaping the flow of our day and the rhythm of our life. I know one of my desires is to pray like monks do, and like many Christians, not just monks, to pray at certain hours throughout the day. But I also know I have to be flexible because the rest of the world will never quite line up with the prayer schedule, right? So the world shapes us more than we know. And so the sermon series we're doing now is about how do we react to that? How do we sit with that? How can we be more intentional about our schedule so that we make the most of it, and so that we care about the right things and we care about the best things? And I know after last Sunday, a lot of you said you thought I was talking straight to them. I hope that continues. This Sunday's sermon is entitled Later. And it's about doing the right things, doing the correct things, doing the best things now. Because saying we'll do that later, saying there'll be time for whatever it may happen to be later, well, later is one of the most dangerous words in the English language. That's going to be the topic for next Sunday, this coming Sunday. And then the next Sunday after that is a story of a time when Jesus said no. When people needed, or at least they wanted Jesus' presence for something specific, and Jesus said no because he knew that there was something more important, something better that he needed to be doing. Now that's a little bit of a tricky topic because that we're talking about the human Jesus. God is here for all of us all the time. But it's a lesson that even the human Jesus had to say no occasionally. And so how do we do that well? And how do we do that in a way that feeds us also? So anyway, I'm kind of rambling on here about the series. I'm hoping that you all tune into that, because whether you have kids in school or not, you have to find ways to make the time. You have to find ways to put what's most important first, because if you don't, well, you miss out on the chance. And that's what this series is all about. As for me, it's been a busy day in the office today. There's a lot that's been coming across my desk, just nonstop. My wife texted me and I missed it. I didn't respond for an hour and she thought something was wrong. Now, I'm not trying to say, oh, woe is me. We all have days like that in the office, right? But if you really want to know why I'm sitting out on the labyrinth for the video, it's because I needed that silence. And I hope that I'm sharing some of that with you, because that's the kind of move that we all need to make to find out ways to honor what's best in a busy and changing world. All right, I kind of rambled on this one, but hopefully I said something to some of you. Let me know how it's going. I shared some of our pick up and drop off here. I want to know how yours is going, even if it's just as simple as going well or we're having trouble getting up earlier. Hit reply, let me know, or tell me on Sunday. In the meantime, we'll talk more about it in the sermon on Sunday. Worship has been great lately, and I know it will be again this Sunday. And in the meantime, I hope you are living on purpose.